Okay, this is the second instructional video. This is going to introduce you to the Google Drive app as part of the Google Apps for Education suite. So this is your online storage of all your files and folders and things like that. So we're in the email that I showed you in the last video. This black bar along the top tells you about all the different things that you can access through Google, and so we're going to go for the Drive. It opens in a new tab over here, which means you can just flick back to your email if you need to. And this is your Google Drive, so we'll talk about downloading it for your Mac in a little while. But the main thing is, as I said, this is where you can save all your files and folders and information, so that it's online. You can access it from any PC, you can access it from your iPad, an iPhone if you've got one, so it gives you true sort of all-time collaboration and access to your files. If you've used Dropbox before, it's very similar to that. It's all based around, or should be based around, the idea of folders. You can create a folder just by clicking the new folder box, and you can create any kind of folder you want. So I'm just going to create a photos one, and it's loading, and there you go, there's your photos folder created. And what you can do then is you can drag files or upload files from anywhere you like. So Finder, I've got a memory stick plugged in, which I will open now. And there are some different copies of the Reach logo there. So if I highlight them all and just drag them in, then you'll see that they are uploading. So it uploads pretty quickly. I say that's the small ones that are done. So all of these files here will be, as I say, accessible wherever you like, via your iPad or any computer. So anytime you log into your Google Drive, it's there. Upload complete, so you can just close it, and now I can click and have a look through all the different versions of the Reach Free School logo that I've just uploaded. Okay, so they're all there. Go back to my Drive, I've got the photos folder here. Now, one of the best things about Google Drive and the way it will improve your workflows is that you can share files and folders with different members of staff. So I'm Mr. John Example, as you know. I'm going to create my maths lessons because John Example is a maths teacher. I'm just making up. Now I can go in here, in fact I'll do that in a second. If I go back to my Drive, my maths lessons here, at the moment both these folders are only viewable by me. That's the default setting, so any folder you create will only be viewable to yourself. However, you can share them. If you tick the box and click the plus arrow here, which is the share button, it gives you the option to share with different people. So contact sharing is on again, so I would like to share this with the other maths teacher, Mr. Hirani, and so I invite him by adding his name. I'm going to leave him so he can edit, because that means he can add folders and files to this folder, and it also means he can edit any of the files in there. The other options are the other option is can view. That means that a person can just see the files in there, and I'll show you why that's useful in a moment. I'm not going to notify him by email, so I don't spam him too much. Click OK, and now it updates, and you can see that the people who have access to this folder are John Example and Mr. Rikesh Hirani. So the folder icon has changed slightly, so there's a little person on it. That means that folder is saved. If I go into that folder now and create another subfolder of Year 7 lessons, you will see that when it's created, it is also shared. So if you go to all the folders in my Drive you set up to share with certain people, all the subfolders within each one are shared in the same way. So because my maths lessons as a top level folder is shared with Mr. Hirani, all of the different folders and files within there will also be shared. Okay, that's very valuable for inter-department collaboration, obviously, but there are other uses which I'll show you in a second. One other very useful thing that I imagine everyone will want to do is add a new folder called My Handouts. And what you can do with My Handouts is you tick the box, you share it, and instead of sharing it with individuals, you can share it with pupils. And that's the all pupils email. We're not going to notify them because that would send an email to every single pupil. But what we change it to is can view, and that means that now when I click share and save, I've created a folder that I own but that all pupils can view. So you can then create subfolders for each class or each year group or each topic, however you wish to do it, and students will be able to go in there and see the things that you have put in there for them to view. So if you, for example, want to have a resource that they're just looking at, instead of photocopying loads of handouts, you can instead just add a picture or a document or whatever you wish, a presentation, to your My Handouts folder, and all pupils will be able to access it. They access it by doing a very simple thing, which is going over to Shared with Me. So Shared with Me is everything that has been shared with you by someone else. So if we go into John Examples Shared with Me, you can see that he has Staff Shared. Now the Staff Shared folder will contain policies and other things that are all relevant for staff members. There are in here some Google Apps for Education resources, which we will come back to. But if we go to Shared with Me, you can leave it there in the Shared with Me section and just periodically check it, or you can click the tick and you can click Add to My Drive. And now, when you go back to your drive, you have your handouts, your maths lessons, the photos folder, which is the first one you did, and the Staff Shared folder. So the Staff Shared folder will now update, and you can have that as part of your drive, and you can check out what's in there. You can see who the owner is if you have any issues in accessing that folder or anything. But yeah, this will be a very important folder for accessing things like policies. And actually, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag the photos folder and move it to Staff Shared. And I'm also going to, and you see it changed then from being individually viewed to a shared folder. And that's because everything within Staff Shared is viewable by all staff. I'm going to quickly edit the name of that folder. By just clicking here and renaming it to Reach Logos. And now in the Staff Shared folder you have a Reach Logos folder where everyone can now access these different logos. So that's a very brief introduction to My Drive, which is the Google Drive online document storage. Lots more to explore there obviously, and in the next video I will show you how you can download it and get it working on your Mac.